Hello, Broncos fan. You don't usually show up for my streams. Hello, Anthony. I just need to do some grinding. Kind of felt like doing it. Here I am. Sometimes video games force you to grind, and I figured even though I have no even though I have to grind and I have no reason to stream it, if I just do a casual stream, whatever. You are far from the first person to misspell Yahweasel. Oh, oops. I haven't played GTA 5. GTA 3 and its various incarnations, Vice City and San Andreas, I was very fond of. GTA 4, I sort of unfortunately had a computer that wasn't up to GTA 4 at the time that I had GTA 4, and so I never really got into it, and then I had sort of, I guess not lost interest, but lost time by the time GTA 5 came out, so I'm sure I would like GTA 5. I really like the Grand Theft Auto style, assuming that it's roughly in the same style as it was in GTA 3, but I don't happen to have followed it. I played what's the name of it? Saints Row. Saints Row the Third, Saints Row 4. Those are great, truly strange games. Let's aim for 500. I don't even have a PS4. But then again, I would just have it on PC if I had it. Definitely use Dark Sphere so that I can maybe gain some stuff. There we go. Haven't met many people who like Saints Row. Saints Row is a great series. I mean, it's bizarre. It's absolutely inane. I'm afraid not. I don't recognize the name. I mean, generally speaking, assuming that Saints Row 4 is of the kind of videos yours would be about, the kind of videos I watch are usually closer to what I'm playing right now. Or the gaming videos, that is. I like classic games. Wow. That was ridiculous overkill. Austin Rankin. Don't recognize that name either. Let's see. SimTunes. Man, SimTunes. SimTunes didn't get many comments. Unfortunately, I have thousands of videos, so I certainly don't remember every commenter on every one of them. Well, I just said, unfortunately, I have thousands of videos. That isn't unfortunate. That's intentional. That's by design. I'm quite fond of SaGa Frontier, Anthony. I think its replay value probably doesn't carry it to 7 campaigns, the 7 campaigns it has. But I think it's a little-known gem. It's sort of, you know, it's full of odd bugs and that kind of thing, but it's worth playing. I would say it's worth playing. It's probably not worth playing every route. Whoa, SimTunes is my 10th Random Game Weekly. Good lord. I'm on Random Game Weekly 269 now. Two Gale Slash. I would say that that's sort of not the style of video that I watch anyway, but I guess Let's Plays are reaction videos, essentially. Level 4 combination? Since when have I got that? I mean, I like RPGs. I don't know. I suppose I'm between genres. That sentence doesn't make any sense at all. Favorite genres. So my classic answer to that question would be RPGs and open world. Or no, point-and-click adventure games, RPGs, and open-world games. But it's been too long since I've played an open-world game, so I can't really claim that. That's not a reasonable claim anymore. I think generally speaking, I like story in games. I like very story-oriented games, and I'm willing to put up with a lot of different genres if the story is good. Like a very good puzzle game with no story at all is good, and I do enjoy puzzle games as well, but principally I would say I don't care as much about the genre as I do about the story being interesting. What was I doing? Oh yeah, that's right. That costs... Oh, it costs the same as Gale Slash. And of course I like obscure games. I like terrible bootlegs and such, but I would say that is not my favorite genre to play so much as it is my favorite genre to experience. I don't actually think bootleg games are good games. They're just amusing. Apple Crumble. We're getting there. Ciao, have fun. I certainly don't demand that you watch my boring grind stream. Wow, so many things we're learning. Well, yes, of course, Anthony. If they, well, no. So cause like, what is it? What was it? Barver Battle Saga was shockingly good, but that was, you know, a difference in expectation versus reality. Locomotion G and Pebble Crumble are both throw moves that stun enemy. Well, I have combos with Locomotion G, so let's take that one off. Headwind cost 5. Doesn't have anything special written here. There's nothing I desperately want to get rid of. Guess I'll get rid of Headwind then. Received item junk, yay! 432, yeah, it'll take a while to get to 500. Here I go to all this work to cut grinding out of my videos, and it turns out people would watch anyway. Oops. Learned a shadow magic skill. I think that was just the shadow magic skill you could get anyway. No, maybe it wasn't. Oops, not you. The other blonde. Oh, this is Shadow Servant. Everybody said Shadow Servant is amazing. Everyone said that. Hello, Mr. Chief. Feel free to enjoy my strange random grind stream. I think that's, you know, that's also my rationale for this. It's really late, I don't have anything else to do, and I need to grind in this game, so here I am. That was effective. Well, we're not going to get to see Shadow Servant. Okay, this could end very badly. Oh, they don't have Vulcan, they have HE Rocket. Never mind, we're fine. I overreacted. Well, at least we get to see Shadow Servant. That did nothing. Okay, I can't use it again, presumably because I'm already using it. So, if I do Dark Sphere, will I have the Shadow Servant also do Dark Sphere? Is that how that works? I have no idea what that spell does. Good, you didn't attack the same person. Brilliant. Well, we're not going to get to see what Shadow Servant does because didn't get enough turns. I think I'm going to take a sort of lame battle next time I only have one enemy. And just try and figure out what Shadow Servant does. Speaking of battle with only one enemy, Unfortunately, this enemy, I think, can do Vulcan, so this might not be my best idea. Everyone is faster. Yep, can do Vulcan. Oh, the Shadow Servant canceled all damage. Did the Shadow Servant get hurt? Like, is the Shadow Servant still there, or is it dead now? Oh, it must be dead, because I can cast it again. So essentially, it cancels all damage for one attack. It's not amazing, but it's alright. You can tell, since it's not an announced event or anything, and since it says Grindstream, that I'm not putting that much effort into into it. Okay, Shadow Servant's alright, but it's hardly a game changer. Dang right, deflect. I did keep slots free here, right? Yes. $110. Great, that was exactly the wrong enemy to do that kind of attack on. Hi, TC Kitty. It's almost midnight here, too. Just a random grinding stream because I need to grind. Nothing desperately exciting. Are you asking when I will sleep or when Anthony will sleep? I mean, normally I would be asleep by now, but my, I'm awake because I usually shower in the evening, but I had a plumbing issue and my shower is not functioning. So now I have to tire myself out in some other way, and thus here I am. I don't know, I mean, certainly by 1 AM. I very rarely stay up that late. I very rarely am up past 11, but oh well. Well, yeah, I mean, different people have different sleep patterns. I did not used to be a morning... Oh, well, so my being up until almost 1 AM today doesn't suggest that I'm a morning person, but I actually am a morning person. Which is why I'm now obviously not functioning at almost midnight. But I wasn't always a morning person. I was definitely a night owl when I was younger. And, like, going to sleep around 3. Yeah, there was a whole year, at least, during which 3 was my normal sleeping time. I don't know how old you are, but, if you're younger, age will sneak up on you, and suddenly you'll find yourself a morning person. I say as if that's a universal experience. Ooh. 5 AM. Oh, it's terrible, Anthony. I wake up before my alarm, usually around 6:30, and then I sit there and go, damn, I wish I was still asleep, but I can't. I'm awake now. Must stop using spells on the things that are basically resistant to them. Man, she's getting great at deflection. Man! That poor guy cannot hit us. Just constant deflection. Okay. Must go regain weapon points. Don't you counterfear me. Dang right. I mean, that's where I placed his accent. Teasy kitty. Although, somebody pointed out in comments that since he's not speaking Persian, Farsi? Is that Persian? It doesn't really make any sense to complain about his accent anyway. I mean, he spoke. It's a weird thing to say as a person with an American accent, but he spoke with a hyper-American accent. He spoke like an American actor who's been told to do an American accent and is trying to, like, extend how American his accent is. Yes, I'm the Prince of Persia. I'm from Persia, Ohio. This poor guy, he's always deflected every single time. I mean, essentially, I just, like, to my mind, Ohio, like, that kind of area is sort of the canonical American accent. Like, that is as American as an American accent gets. As somebody who hasn't lived in Ohio, but has lived in various places in the United States. It was the PS2 era Prince of Persia game I was referring to, Mr. Chief. I have the PC version, but it was the 2008 Prince of Persia game. The one actually called Prince of Persia, as opposed to any of the various Prince of Persia Sands of Time or whatever. It was my Random Game Weekly today. It was quite good, actually. Those were good games. I would like to, I would strongly consider playing them. People should stick them on Yahweasel.com/poll. I have too many other things I want to do for me to do them as a, as my own choice, because I want to do bootlegs and that kind of thing, but if people wanted to stick them on the poll, I would certainly be perfectly happy playing the 2008 Prince of Persia, or Sands of Time. Any of them, really. I mean, I would probably like Assassin's Creed, but I've never had an opportunity to get very far into one of those games. They sort of have a almost puzzle game aspect to them, just in the way that you move around the world. Ah yes, the Elder Scrolls game that I essentially haven't played. Whoa, 414 in one shot? Bit excessive. And dead. Yep, even 64 was enough. Stop that. Bit of a waste of implosion. See, now you're reminding me of Quest for Glory, Mr. Chifa. Don't know if you're familiar with Quest for Glory, but truly excellent series of games, even though they managed to bring grinding to adventure games. Man, 2 Gale Slash is a great move. It's too bad that... Well, I don't know, so like... There's something about the change to the style of adventure games, common adventure games today, that, I mean, it's not negative. I like modern adventure games. Most of them are by Telltale, but there are others as well. But, I feel like something of the sort of idiosyncratic charm of the Sierra games isn't really matched by anything in current adventure games. I mean, maybe bizarrely it's just that they're too polished. Sierra games always felt like, you know, this might be by a, you know, fairly large company, but I feel like there were, you know, 2 people involved in writing the actual story, and like it didn't feel like a production. Dang right, deflect. I guess to a certain degree that's also true of RPGs. In that, Like, I absolutely adore, like, the Fallout and, Elder Scrolls games, but, you know, turn-based RPGs kind of have gone to indie, and so many indie things. There's a weird level that, like, they're either unpolished or over-polished in weird ways. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't found the right modern RPGs. I guess Undertale is a modern RPG. Undertale is great. I guess so. I would say, like, there was a whole generation of JRPGs that essentially could have all had the same engine. They, you know, they improved in graphics, and there were slight differences about how the battles worked and that kind of thing. But essentially, they could have, you know, used the same code and ran it through, just improving it from, like, the NES era up to PlayStation 2. And as a consequence, JRPGs became much more storytelling medium rather than, like, the gameplay was so, not simple, but consistent and so usual that there was more of a need to make it a storytelling media. You know, it's like, novels don't become boring just because novels are fundamentally the same media that they were 1,000 years ago. There's always new stories to tell, but if you're always sort of changing up the gameplay mechanics, then there's not as much need for the story to be as interesting, because there's sort of other aspects to draw interest. So there's a certain value to sort of stagnation of genre if it stagnates in the actual sort of behavior, but new games are still being made. I'm just waxing lyrical because it's 12:15. These are the thoughts I have at 12:15. Armor glove. That's not going to be better than harmonium bangle. 8. It's very good. Fuller plays? I've seen him around. He watches my videos sometimes. I don't think I've seen him on a stream, but presumably I just don't stream at the right time. Yeah, that's Vermilion Sand. These guys are annoying. Level 4 combination? Everything but Vermilion Sand. Well, you're very dead. Vermilion Sand for these two losers. Great. Wow. Oh, the new guy in the game. What? There's no... What? There's no new guy in the game. Oh, is Rufus still on my team? Is that who? Is that who you're referring to? Rufus? Him? He's, Emelia's boss in the semi-illegal organization they work in. But he's usually not the, not on your team. But he always joins your team if you go to Moo's tomb, even if you're not playing as Emelia. So, now he's on my team, even though I don't want him there. But he's the same guy we saw in the base in Kurong. I don't know if he'll become a permanent member of my team now. That's an interesting thought. Because if I was playing as anyone else, he would be a permanent member of the team now. But... Might be another case of excessive Vermilion Sand. Yep. Vermilion Sand against one enemy. What was that? Sleet coin? Is that like Bitcoin, but made of sleet? I have never seen that before. I've played this game three routes now, and I've never seen a sleet coin. See, like, my point, I don't know, so I made a point that absolutely no one reacted to. My point about the games being fundamentally the same and therefore forcing them to be a storytelling media. Like, everything that this game does technically, not in terms of the graphics and, you know, nothing like that, but just everything that this game does in terms of the actual sort of mechanics of the game, easily could have been done on the Super Nintendo and probably could have been done on the original Nintendo. And it's just that they, you know, they weren't quite at the point of having developed 3D action RPGs yet, and so this was just sort of where they were in the era, and thus it had to be storytelling because, well, the gameplay wasn't anything all that new. Ragnarok, some of the rare drops are pretty good. Yeah, I've some of the rare drops are indeed very hard to get. There's certainly, I think in every route I've done, I've had at least one item that it's like, I have never seen that before, and now I've never seen it since either. Yes. I like story too, TC Kitty. Let me put it this way. That RPG Maker that, I guess it gets some real use. Like, I've seen distributed indie RPGs made in RPG makers. There's occasionally people watching on Twitch. It has less latency on Twitch, Anthony. Like, I think I've seen real indie RPGs made on RPG Maker. The thing is, the reason RPG Maker works is because it sticks to a known formula and an established formula, and thus it is the palette with which you paint an RPG rather than being like a general purpose game development engine. RPG Baker. Hello, Alberta Malachi. Haven't seen you around these parts before. Welcome to a boring grind stream, which apparently isn't boring at all, judging by the number of people who are here. Anyway, I suppose. Well, so it's being recorded. It's just going to be fast motion, Gauntvan. Just like any grinding I do in any RPG. There are more people talking here than in most of the actual streams. I think the time I've chosen to stream, while it works well for my schedule, isn't a particularly ideal time to get viewers for a stream, because there's a trillion other streamers. Yeah, I multi-stream. I don't know. I don't advertise well anyway. See, the problem is, as you can tell by my incredible enthusiasm, even if this is a better time for streaming in terms of getting people to watch, I could not stream at this time, because I can barely stay awake. This is a rather annoying group. Life cycle of an RPG faker. I need to go rest again. My character is out of ability points. Weapon points, whatever. I was just thinking that, like, as evidence for the fact that everything that's done here could have been done on Super Nintendo, it would be nice to see like a version of SaGa Frontier for Super Nintendo. Then I remembered SaGa is a series. And there is, for example, Romancing Saga on Super Nintendo, so there are actually equivalent options. Unfinished Saga stories all sitting in the same Saga universe. They managed to finish the stories by, you know, just placing them all in the same place and forgetting all of the missing elements. So I haven't played SaGa Frontier 2. In fact, the Saga games I've played are, well, obviously this and the Final Fantasy Legends. So I don't have enough experience to make any real claims. I do want to play SaGa Frontier 2 because I'm very nostalgic about this game, and I feel like even though SaGa Frontier 2 doesn't have the same, you know, multi-whatever, the same multiple routes, I would enjoy it. I haven't played Unlimited Saga. Unlimited Saga was for PlayStation 2, right? So here's my gaming history. I went up through sort of PlayStation, and then education took hold, and I didn't play any video games for like 10 years. And so I finally got a PlayStation 2. I bought a PlayStation 2 when the PlayStation 4 was announced. Who is my favorite what? Nightshade. Who is my favorite Emelia? I don't know. Oh, do you mean who is my favorite SaGa Frontier character or SaGa Frontier route? I mean, I have different things, so I haven't played most of the routes through, anyway. The only one I played through when I first had this game, like when I was young, was, well, relatively young anyway, was Blue. But I would say of those that I've played, being Blue, Acellus, T260, the robot, and Emelia, I certainly liked Acellus the most, because she had the most sort of story, and the most sort of intricate and interesting story, and it sort of played tricks on you, and it was, there were, you know, surprising twists and that kind of thing. But Blue, I want to like Blue a lot, but I feel like I'm reading into it more than they actually said, because there's sort of, the story comes together in the end, and you kind of learn that Blue and Rouge are like the culmination of this experiment to create the ultimate magician, but they just barely mention it. Like, they could have really made it much more sort of intricate and detailed and interesting. This is so pointlessly excessive on this one enemy. Anyway, so I think of the routes as they are, Acela, well, and you know, I don't know anything about Reds. I don't know anything about Rikis. I don't know anything about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who's left? Lutz. But yeah, I think Acelis is, as it actually is in the game, Acelis's would be my favorite route of those I've played. As I would like to imagine that it is, Blues. Blues had so much potential, and they didn't take as much advantage of it as they could have. Let me just throw this dinosaur in the air. Ciao, Anthony. I barely remember the bizarrely well-animated dancer. There's no great reason to be grinding here, Ragnarok. It's just that since this is essentially a off-stream, off-video grinding session, I don't want to go anywhere new. I don't want to accidentally sort of accomplish anything other than grinding. So I'm just sticking to somewhere that I've already thoroughly explored. Angel armor. And since Say's Tomb, I haven't dealt with Say yet, but I have done Say's Tomb. It's just somewhere that is harmless to grind. 27. Okay, heck yeah to that. Doesn't exactly help any of those, but I think it's probably worth it. 18, I think I was actually... Yeah, Stardust Robe wasn't as good. That was a lucky drop. Oops, forgot I need to adjust her thing so she can still learn. Oh yeah, of course that's not going to work. I might actually put Rosario Impale in the bin. Maybe I'll put Cross Slash. No. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put Rosario Impale. How rude. Yeah, Counter Fear is nasty. That's why I didn't have anybody, so both Counter Fear and, of course, Death Grip are really nasty. I agree, Ragnarok. The Banshees, I see the Banshees more frequently, but they're sort of the same. Except they don't have Death Grip. I think the red dragons, to me, are the scariest enemy in the game, only because I think they're sort of leveled wrong. Like, they give you red dragons when you really aren't ready for them. If they gave you red dragons a little bit later than they do, then they wouldn't be too big of a deal. But every time I see red dragons, it's like, ah, well, I'm screwed. Ah, yes. Oh, do the Liches charm? The thing is, because there's such an imbalance in this game between how much damage you do and how much damage enemies do and how much HP you do and how much HP you have and how much HP enemies have, the like charm is easily the most effective thing that any enemy can do. Because basically, against yourself, you are all absurd killing machines. I feel like every route I play, there's a different boogeyman. Like, there's a different particular enemy that really just ends up driving me up the wall. Frickin' Vulcan! Very nice. $491. Goal was 500. That's a HP goal for Emelia, aka you. Oh, I've had KO throw work quite well. KO throw is, I mean, it doesn't fire very often, but I've had KO throw fire a number of times in this run. She also gained KO throw really early, which is beneficial. So Rouge of all people learned a dodge skill. If I have a dodge skill on him, will that take off the Mastery of Magic? Nope, evidently not. But it only dodges Quake. Great. I have no interest, DC Kitty. Attack me! Oh my god, I am so tired. See? See? KO throw. There it is again. Told you. This run I'm getting KO throw all the time. It's really great to have a deflection move that also actually does damage. I mean, it's great to have a deflection move that only deflects, but it's even better to have a deflection move that actually does damage. Another rubber suit. Ooh. I don't know if anybody actually wants that, though, because I actually have fairly decent stuff on. Quite worth it for her. He can't. Probably not going to be worth it for her. It could be worth it if I get some better stuff. I'm not going to do the math. It's not worth it for me to do the math, but I will save, because rubber suits are valuable. $4.99. I was aiming for 500, but you know what? I'm willing to call it a day at $4.99. I think that's close enough. Maybe I'll get all the random encounters on the way out. Random encounters, non-random encounters on the way out. And then, if that brings me to 500, I've met that goal. If it doesn't, I'm at $4.99. Oh no, not you. Quick save shortcut. I guess I don't. Is it just quick save? Because I don't want to quick save. I want to actually save. Oh. Okay, that was only on one. Clearly, I am unaware of the quick save shortcut. R2 plus triangle. I feel like I did know that. Oh yeah. I feel like I did know that at some point. But yeah, I always want to do a full save. It's a weird kind of paranoia, I don't know. Well, also, the power where I live is trash. Like, I get brownouts all the time around here. So, I don't trust quick save basically at all. Level 5 combo? Level 5 combo? Level 5 combo? Succubus, you are very dead. And I got HP raise, so I'll actually be above my arbitrary 500 goal. $506. Well, thank y'all. For those who are new to Yahweasel, the SaGa Frontier Emelia route starts. Let me open up my schedule so I actually can say a true thing about when it starts rather than just making something up. Starts on Wednesday. That's the edited videos, and I stream every Saturday, and I have played 3 routes, so if you look on my channel, you can find previous SaGa's Frontier. I think that's how you pluralize SaGa Frontier. Okay. Thanks, y'all. Goodbye. Till next time.